The Bayramov Museum works to preserve and maintain Durdy Bayramov's invaluable collection of art. When artworks arrive, we engage in the process of assessment and, when needed, stretch these works to ensure their longevity. The following video shows our team and trusted vendor in the process of measuring, cutting, and assembling the wooden frame, followed by the delicate practice of stretching or restretching the canvas or linen artworks. Having the works in a more sturdy format allows us to store them without the fear of damage. Furthermore, when these pieces are framed, it is easier for our archivists to enter them into our database and assess whether they require restoration.
So should we account for any kind of temperature differences between prints that are on, paintings that are on linen as opposed to canvas? Or is there just like a certain standard that you use?
Well, I think if you keep your humidity at what it's supposed to be, like it seems humid in here right now.
Yes.
Because you don't have the AC on, is that it?
No, we don't.
Okay, so the humidity, once the humidity goes up,
Yeah.
linen is susceptible to that and it starts to expand, right?
Oh, okay.
So what's the disadvantage with a canvas? Do you
Nothing. I would say to anybody, paint on canvas. Sometimes when they get old, they kind of tear. It's kind of, you have to be a little bit more careful. But as far as canvas is concerned, it's less expensive and it's more durable. Right? This is what this is. See his underpainting? Is the ground?
Yeah.
His ground is a gesso. That's the gesso.
Oh, okay, but
Yes.
this is not with the rabbit.
No, rabbit skin glue is another thing. They put rabbit skin glue on linen to make it tight. It goes into the fibers and it's supposed to protect the linen from oil paint. Right, that was his job, is to protect the linen from the oil, from the linseed oil in the paint, like in your paint, in your oil paint. Linseed will rot canvas or linen. It just gets in there and it just completely rots it in a very short period of time, like within a month. If you put oil on unprotected linen, it'll rot it. So that's what originally was the rabbit skin glue's job, was to protect it. But now that we have modern gesso, right? And it's been around for a lot of years, then we don't really need to bother with the rabbit skin glue.
But I know you're doing that.
I do it because people really like that drum tight sort of look. It's like it goes drum tight, but it's not recommended by anybody. I live in Peterborough, by the way.
Okay.
So I have a client base in Toronto, and I work for them, and I build canvases and stretchers and framing, and so I build all these things for them, and I have been doing it since I started working for David in 1991. So.
What do you find the most difficult with restretching old works in particular?
The fragility. They rip easy. From the edges rip easy and fray, and be way more careful with them, obviously, than newer work.
Of course. And what happens if you come across a tear in them?
You just try to pull it as best you can on both sides and make sure that the tear is. I usually put a staple on each side of the tear.
Oh, so it doesn't extend more?
Exactly, yes, yes. And even close, I try to put a staple close to the edge so that when it's pulling, it's not pulling on the tear, it's actually still pulling on the fabric. There isn't that much difference. Linen is not more expensive, that much more expensive. It's got a different texture, but working with the two, there isn't much difference. And that's why, as well, I make it smaller for that reason, because out of square, I can still get all the information on. You don't see the sides coming to the front.
Yeah, of course. So when you start, do you start with the corners and work your way around?
No, I start from the center.
Center.
Yes, I usually put 3 staples on each side. Like, if it's a rectangle, I'll start in the center of the long bar.
Okay.
I'll put 3 staples on this side, and then I'll stretch the other side, put 3 staples, and then I usually do the full ends. If it's long, you want to stretch. You want to stretch the longest part, because then you get the less chance of ripples. Because then when I go in and tighten these all up, this is already tight. So it's just a matter of basically pulling this in and tensioning it. And then there's no scalloping or ripples in it, because this is already tight across here. It's okay the first time. Like, obviously this was stretched once before. Look at that.
Oh yeah, we've seen this.
Yeah.
Some of the paintings were in terrible condition.
But-
And there's some balconies and
Oh,
some
yeah.
basements and
Oh, really? Yeah.
some garages, and they weren't.
If this starts to luff, like it starts to loosen off, and then I have to take all these staples out again and redo it, it's even worse because there's already holes, right? Okay, so this stretcher, obviously, these stretcher bars have already been pre-mitered and to the size, one of these paintings. And so the miters, 45-degree miters, put together with glue and nails. And then I put these 4 gussets in.